Hello, and welcome back to this week's episode, part 2 of my trip to the Brimfield Antique Flea Market. If you enjoyed last week's episode, then you're really going to enjoy today's episode because I will be showing you every single thing that I purchased, along with everything that will be available in the shop. Now I know that you guys will all have the urge to just scroll to the end of this video to find out when the shop will open, and I figured just to cut all of the suspense, how about we just get that over with. So the shop is going to be open today, Sunday, September 25th at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. The link is currently down in my description box, and if you click on that, it'll take you directly over to the shop. Now, right now, if you happen to click on that link, you're gonna see a locked screen, and that's only because I'm still very much working behind the scenes trying to get everything ready for you guys this evening. But I promise you, there is no passcode. There is no one out here that has that passcode except for me. At 7 o'clock tonight, the shop will go live and you will be able to shop without having to enter in a code. I promise you. So I figured the rest of today I will show you everything that I purchased just so that you can get an idea of what will be in the shop, because typically things that I post in my shop go pretty fast, and so I would love for you guys just to get an idea of kind of what will be available, what you may want to purchase, so that once the shop opens you can get in there right away and get what you want. And then another thing that I want to mention is that everything is first come, first serve. There is no way that you are able to hold anything, even if it's in your cart. I have tried, I have researched, and I just cannot find an option within Squarespace that will allow you to hold something in your cart, even for a couple of minutes before you check out. There have been times that people have had things in their cart and have emailed me upset that somebody took it from their cart. And I wish for you and for me that there was a way that I can figure out how I can get things to hold in your cart before you check out, but I just have not had any luck. If any of you are familiar with Squarespace and know of a way to do this, please let me know. But as of tonight, I'm just letting you know that if you see something, buy it immediately, because it is not considered yours until you get that confirmation email, okay? Promise me that. So, in addition to that, if you have any questions at all before the shop opens today, please be sure to leave a comment down below. I will be checking my comments all day today, making sure that all of your questions are answered before the shop opens this evening. So, if that all sounds good to you, how about we go ahead and look at everything that I purchased. So I'm sitting here trying to figure out what my favorite pieces were that I picked up at the market, and honestly, it's impossible, simply because I just love everything. For me, especially when I'm out thrifting and when I am antique shopping, I'm very purposeful in what I purchase. I have to love it. There has to be some sort of connection there, and I need to feel connected to what this story, what a past story may have been for each and every piece that I bring into my home. And then also, I need to feel like this piece can be in my home for a really long time, if not forever. I want to feel very connected to pieces that I bring in, because I don't want a bunch of clutter. And so when I was at the market this weekend, or actually a couple of weekends ago, I just had to keep that in mind, that do I love it? Do I feel connected to it? What is its story? And will I have it for a really long time? And I feel like with each and every piece that I'm going to show you today, I have that feeling. So how about we get started with the very first purchase of the market. So 20 minutes in to us being at the market, we came across this amazing tent that had all of these African stools. They had statues, they had beads, masks, all sorts of different types of furniture. And I was so excited because for those people who followed me on my newsletter, they knew that I was looking for an African stool, and I put it on my wish list. It was part of that list of things that I hoped that I was going to be able to find at the market. And I couldn't believe that 20 minutes in, I was just about to make my first checkbox on my wish list. And so the first thing that I gravitated to were the smaller stools, and I just absolutely love them. I think they're just beautifully made. They are all carved out of one piece of wood, and I absolutely love that. And I think that it could just be styled in so many cool ways. It could be just styled on a shelf by itself. Of course, you could put a candle, maybe you could put a little set of vignette of books here with a candle, or a little flower arrangement on the side. You could put it on your kitchen counter and maybe put your spices on there, or you could put your olive oils on here, or you could just sit it on here with a plant. I mean, there's just so many different ways that you can use this, and so I knew that I had to pick it up. I purchased one for myself, and then you will see this one in the shop this evening. They are typically pretty expensive. If you look on sites like on Etsy, they are running around like $150, which to me just seems really expensive for this size stool. But I promise you that the price will be nowhere near $150 this evening. So I hope one of you guys will be able to snag this today. So after we were finished with looking at all of the smaller stools, I happened to see this larger stool, which I'm just going to say it's a table, because it is large. As you can see, it's really, really large. It has those same legs that are carved out of one piece of wood, and I just loved all the coloring in it. I loved that it looked worn. I loved all the different shades of brown that are within this table, and I think that it's going to be quite gorgeous in our living room. As I mentioned, we are going through a big renovation in our living room, our dining room, and our entryway, and I really see this probably sitting right in front of our fireplace. So we'll see how that looks. You guys, of course, will see how that looks once we get underway with those renovations. But when I saw this at the market just 20 minutes in, I had to get it. So then after our high of finding the stools and the table, we just kind of started to walk around. And again, our goal really that first day was just to get the lay of the land. We weren't really thinking that we were going to find anything, much less buy anything. But we just kind of wanted to look around and see, kind of plan out how the next couple of days were going to go. But we ended up getting really lucky, and so as we were walking around, I happened to see this really large blanket full of these beautiful primitive wood bowls, and of course I had to stop. I don't know what it is about me and primitive wood and bowls and kitchenware, but I had to stop. And so I ended up finding these two bowls, and they are absolutely gorgeous. I love them. They are massive. I mean, look at this. Look at it. It's like bigger than the size of my head. They are carved out of, again, one piece of wood, and you can absolutely tell that by all the markings around it. Hopefully you can see kind of the detail that's around the edge of it. And then what I really love are just like this little handle that's on one of the sides, and here's another one on one of the sides there. Just gorgeous. Again, just another, there's so many ways that you can style this bowl. You could have it on your table, your dining room table in the center. You could have it on a bookshelf, on your mantel. I think having this as a fruit bowl and having like beautiful oranges contrasting against this brown would be really gorgeous to have just sitting on your kitchen counter. There's just honestly endless ways to style this, and whoever gets this one, did I mention this one's going into the shop. Whoever gets this, you're gonna be so happy with it. It is absolutely gorgeous, and I hope that you have it for a really, really long time. It's really a special piece. So the next day, my very first purchase was the Fireplace mantle. And you guys heard me go on and on about that in the first episode, and I love it so much. I cannot wait to get started and strip that paint off of there and just kind of see what's underneath of it. It is such a special piece, and I love that we're gonna have something that has some character and some vintage vibes to it, because this house, you know, I think it was probably built in like maybe the 1990s, and so everything is kind of new and builder grade. Nothing is very, you know, not super special, and so I think adding in a piece like that into the room is just going to warm it up, and it's just going to be really beautiful. I really hope to be able to stain it. I do not want to paint that, but we're just going to see what the condition of the wood is like once we get all of that old paint off of it. But yeah, that was a special find and really fun to purchase. And even though Mark is not like 100% on board yet, I know that when I get this thing finished and making it look all nice and beautiful, he's gonna love it just as much as I do. So also in that store, they had some really amazing things, and unfortunately, I didn't notice how amazing until after I got home and was looking at some of the footage that I took. I had a one-track mind, and once I saw that mantle, that's really all that I focused on, but I realized that there were probably some other things that I could have purchased that I just missed out on. So after I checked out, Rosalind was still looking at some of the hardware and the doorknobs and the drawer pulls that they had, and so I decided to start looking myself, and I ended up finding these kind of amazing. They're glass amber doorknobs, drawer pulls, whatever you want to call them, and I really love them. I don't know where I will place them yet, but I actually have this box of drawer pulls and doorknobs that I pick up when I'm going thrifting and antiquing, and that's actually how I had those knobs that I put on my dresser from my closet and for the cabinet that's out in the porch. I just collect these for some reason. So I only purchased one, and I think I want to keep these for myself, but if one of you sees these and just says I have to have those, please put those in the shop. Comment below and we'll see. I don't know, maybe I'll decide to give them up, but they really are gorgeous. They're glass, they're large, I love the color, I love the texture. I think they're pretty cool. So let me know. If not, I'll keep them for myself. So remember those mushrooms that I talked about last week that I said were massive but also kind of awesome? Well, I ended up buying one. I didn't buy the massive one, but he did have different sizes, and so I picked up this small size, and I kind of love it. I think it's going to be really pretty in our garden. But it's made of cement. He actually makes them all of himself, and he said that they've kind of gotten really popular, and Anthropologie is interested in having them. Also, the shop called Terrain will be having these in their shop, and then also there's a person that is having their home filmed for Architectural Digest, and they bought a couple of the massive one, and they are going to be showcasing them. I guess he said in a couple of months, so hopefully we'll see that being showcased. But I just figured that if he's in Architectural Digest, about to be in Terrain, and Anthropologie wants them as well, that they're probably going to quadruple, if not more, the price. So I better grab one now. And so I'm glad that I did. I only purchased one. I do not have one for the shop, only because I knew it was just going to be way too heavy to ship. But I will put his contact information down below so that if you want one for your home, you can go ahead and contact him down there. So in addition to the mushroom that day, I also found a couple of things. I love brass. I love brass candlesticks. I have a ton of them. I have this vision of just having a dinner party and having like a million candles down the center of the table, all of different brass candlesticks. And so when I saw these, I had to pick them up. Hopefully you can see that ribbing, the detail. I think that is gorgeous. these will be in the shop. And I think, you know, with the holidays coming up, especially Thanksgiving, I think these will really be pretty on your Thanksgiving table, or just like whatever fallscape that you're planning for this season coming up. Also, you guys know I make my own pottery, but for some reason I just love buying other people's pottery. And so I saw this little blue jar and I thought that it was just cute. You know, just cute to set on a counter or your or a bookshelf. Maybe set it on the top of a book and make a little vignette out of it. But I just thought that it was just a really beautiful blue color. Hopefully you can see that blue color on screen. And then also I found these bowls, and I just love the glazing in there, and I love the coloring. Just all of the natural colors, definitely giving a fall vibe. I think this would be beautiful just anywhere, again, on a table, actually using it for cereal or popcorn. Yeah, very, very beautiful. And again, they're all signed, so that's also really nice. And I picked up this one as well. Again, just love all the coloring. And you can kind of see kind of like the size of my face, the size of the bowl. Nice size. Again, just a great piece. This was made in 1985, and again, it is signed by the artist. So had to pick those up. Stay there. And then the last thing I picked up on that day was this glass decanter. And if you guys followed, oh, which one was it? I don't know if it was my bathroom renovation or if it was the Thrift With Me episode, but I picked up one of these to put mouthwash in, and then I set a decanter just on my counter. And I actually got this idea from my friend Rosalind. I went into her bathroom and she had her mouthwash in a decanter, and I just thought, what a beautiful idea. I mean, I'd never thought of that. I thought it was gorgeous. And so when I saw this one at the market, I thought it would be a good idea to pick this up to put into the shop, so that if somebody else wanted to kind of recreate that as well. Of course you can put alcohol in here, but I really like the idea of putting in mouthwash and just setting that on your counter for something pretty in your bathroom. So I felt like that was a good second day. And then, is that all I got the second day? Oh, I did pick up this, I forgot, this, it's actually wallpaper. But I think that even though it's gorgeous as a wallpaper, and I think that there is enough on this roll to just do like an accent wall in a really small bathroom or powder room, I just really love the detail and the design on it. But I was actually thinking of maybe using this as Christmas wrapping paper. How cool would that be to have like a vintage wallpaper be your Christmas wrapping paper, and just do like a really gorgeous either red bow on it, or I think these are more cream, so like a cream bow on it. I think it would be kind of gorgeous with that green. So I think this is something that I'm not sure that people would want in the shop, but if you see it and you like it and you want me to just like, you know, roll some of this off for you, because there is a lot, you can see that there is a lot of paper on there, let me know and I will add some of this to the shop. Otherwise, I will keep this for myself and everyone who's getting a Christmas present from me this year. This is the wrapping paper. And so for the last day, I ran into a tent that had all of the cutting boards that I could ever ask for. It really did. I was in there probably a good hour just trying to sift through all of the different boards that they had to make sure that I got the perfect ones for myself and also to add into the shop. So I ended up getting this one. And I just love all of the detail. I love that edge there, that slant, and all of the cut marks here. I love that the tip of this is burnt. I think that it's just gorgeous. I love all of the detail on that one. I love this one. I think you guys remember me talking about how much I love the handle. I love this one. I love the shape. I love all of the cracks. Just all of the marks. I mean, just gorgeous. I think these can definitely be used just by setting them on a counter. You can set them up against your backsplash. They could be maybe set up on your shelves. You know, I have that kitchen shelf that Mark and I made that I definitely am going to add some of these boards to it. Some of the boards have holes in them, so I think that it could be really pretty if you would, you know, if you could maybe put some and hang some on your wall. Options are endless. I just absolutely love these, and I hope that you guys do too. I also bought this one, and I do love the coloring of it. I have this one. This one is a big one. This one would be great for a charcuterie board. I mean, it's pretty massive. And just look at the detail down here, the holes that are here. I love this big, like, clunky handle. Be great as a charcuterie board. And then I've got this one. This is the black one. This one is staying with me. Sorry. I have to keep this one. I think it's just going to be gorgeous on our shelf area that we built, so I'm going to keep this one and probably one other, but I have committed that 4 of them will go into the shop this evening. I just don't know which 4, but what I can tell you is it's not going to be this one. So that was super fun. I loved finding those boards, and I think that they are just going to be gorgeous both in my kitchen and hopefully one of yours. What else? Then I found this pitcher here, this brass pitcher that I love. It's a little bit on the smaller side, but it's insulated, and so you can put hot drinks in there. And then I don't know if you can see here on the top, but it kind of has like this rubber inside, so that when you put it inside of the pitcher, it holds in there, making sure that whatever hot beverages that you have inside will stay warm for a little while. So love that. And then I found, what do I want to show next? You know what? The painting. I found this painting, and the moment that I saw it, I was like, oh, I love it. I think Roslyn was talking to me at the time, and I don't know what she was talking to me about because all I could do was focus on this painting. But this one, remember this? I hope that the detail and the texture and the cracks, I don't know if it is showing through on camera or not, but it is just beautiful. This is a hand painted piece, 100% vintage, and I love that. I love the colors. I love how muted it is, but I also love this blue in here because I don't know if I've shown it yet, but our kitchen cabinets are kind of this dark navy blue color, and so I think that this painting in our kitchen is going to be just phenomenal. I'm so psyched about it. It is, you can just tell, like, the framing, sorry for the blurriness, but there we go. The framing, you can tell that it was signed here. I mean, just look at this canvas. I mean, I don't know. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a date on it, but I don't necessarily care because when I saw it, I absolutely loved it. I know that it's old and vintage. I mean, just look at the nails on the side. I love it. It's these types of things that I just get so excited about. I don't know why, but I love it. And unfortunately, guys, this one is staying with me at least for a while. Maybe one day you'll see it in a shop, but I'm thinking probably not. But yeah, when I saw this one, I knew you were coming home with me. So I got that, and then I got, oops, excuse me. Then I got this piece of wood that you guys saw me talk about that was only $10, and I loved it just because of the story. Again, he said that he really wanted someone with a shop to, like, hang 2 chains here and then have their shop sign hanging from down below. And when he said that, I don't know, I just felt like, well, maybe I could hang something from here. You know, granted, this is going to be mounted onto the wall, but it would be kind of cool to hang a painting from here. Just kind of give it a little, you know, something special, something different. But otherwise, I might just put it, you know, maybe next to the fireplace or put it in a corner. But as you guys see more of my house, you will realize that I love like wood like this, big huge sticks that I find. I just love decorating with wood in that way. And when I saw this, and especially when he told me the price, I knew that it was coming home with me. And then I found this picture of the cats, which I'm not a fan of. I mean, they're cute, but I don't want the picture. If anyone wants this picture, the picture alone, not with the frame as well, but if anyone wants this picture, comment down below and I will ship it to you for free. You can have it. But I really wanted the frame. It is really gorgeous. I don't know if you can see there the detail, but it's hand carved, it's wood. It's really beautiful. And what I'm really wanting to do in our entryway is do like a gallery wall of really beautiful frames and pictures. And so while I was there, I was hoping to find more. Again, things there were just a little bit on the pricey side, so I wasn't able to find them as cheaply as I wanted to, but I'm still on the hunt. As I'm even here now back home, as I'm looking at thrift stores and antique shops, I will definitely be looking for more frames like this so that I can make that entryway really beautiful. But again, if somebody loves that picture of the cats, comment down below and I promise you I will ship it to you for free. And then I think the final thing that I purchased is this copper pot, and I really wanted a copper pot. I wanted something that was vintage. I really kind of wanted more of like a saucepan, like the one that I showed you guys in last week's video. But unfortunately, he wasn't willing to split that set up. And then the other one that I found, I think it was $75. I actually kind of forgot about it until I looked back at the footage once I got home, and I was like, why didn't I go back and get that one? But he ended up showing me this one. It is gorgeous. He sold it to me at a really great price. It has a lid. You can tell that, you know, it came from France. The only thing that I will have to do with it, just because there are some rust areas and it's just very well loved, I'm probably gonna have to re-tin it. But luckily Rosalind knows someone who can re-tin copper pots for me, so I'm gonna have that done so I can actually use it. But for now, I think I'm just gonna either set it on our kitchen shelves or just on the stove, just to bring in kind of like that pop of copper that I really love. Eventually one day I will have a whole set of vintage copper pots. I really like this idea of hanging a rod in front of your kitchen window and hanging the pots from the rod. There's just something about that I'm seeing people do, and I really like it. And so there's just a part of me that wants to start collecting vintage pots so that I could have that look as well as use them and cook with them. But I really just do love that look, so we'll see. All right, so I think those are all of the purchases that I made from the flea market, and I hope that you guys loved it. It'll be really interesting to hear down in the comments, was there something that you saw that I filmed last week that you wish that I would have picked up that you didn't see today? I realized once I got back and was looking through all of the footage that I definitely missed a lot of things, like that the flatware, the brass and the wood flatware. Do you know that she ended up telling me that it was $150, but she would take offers? And I have no idea why I left that, but I left it there. And I think it was because it was the first day and I was just like, hey, we're supposed to be here getting the lay of the land. I don't want to like be purchasing all of these things right up front on day one. And so I forgot about it. In the next couple of days, I completely forgot about it. But I did ask her how much it was, and it was $150, which was a steal at $150. But I probably could have got her down to $140 $25 or maybe even lower. She was just wanting to sell them, and I'm just so bummed. I wish I had her contact information to see if anyone purchased them, because I would contact her and ask her if she could ship them to me, but there's no way of figuring that out. But I know for sure that I will be going back next year, because I definitely skipped out on some amazing finds. So those are the things that I purchased. Next up, I'm going to show you some other items that are going to be in the shop as well. And these are some of the items that either I made myself, that I picked up at a thrift shop, that I picked up at a vintage store, that I also want to make available to you guys today. So don't worry if you don't feel like you got a full view of everything. At the end of this video, I am going to kind of do like a slow scroll through everything one more time, of just the pieces that will be available in the shop. Not everything that I purchased as well, but just the things that are going to be in the shop. I'm going to have that later on in the video for you, just so you can get one last glimpse before everything goes on sale tonight at 7. So let's go ahead and look at the other items that I will have available for you, and then we'll wrap this up. So hopefully you guys were able to get a good glimpse of everything that I will have for sale this evening. I did want to highlight just a few things that I personally made myself that I plan to add as well. I actually have like 2 boxes full of pottery that I need to glaze, and I think I'm going to keep those for the sale that I plan to have at Christmas time. But I thought today, for a few pieces that I had here around the house, that I would add them to the shop. So the first piece is this bowl, but I've also used it as a vase. Originally I thought I would just kind of make this as just like a little small popcorn bowl, but then as my hydrangeas are starting to dry out outside, I added those in here. So if you guys are interested in this bowl slash vase, then I will also send the hydrangeas along with it, because I think that it just is just really pretty for fall to bring in those dried hydrangeas into your house. And so I think this would just be a really pretty fall arrangement. So you buy the vessel, you get the hydrangeas for free. And then I have this small little vase that I made that I think is just cute to put like in a bathroom or in a windowsill, or just even on a little vignette on your bookshelf. Again, the dried flowers will come with it if you decide to purchase this. But yeah, it's just a good shape and good size to put really anywhere. Then I have a few mugs. I really love this one, and this one is more of a little smaller mug. So if you just want like a small cup of tea, or if you drink espresso, I think this would be a really great mug for it. And I just really love, hopefully you can see the detail of the glaze and just kind of how it dripped down to the glaze down below. I just think that's really beautiful. And yeah, just a cute little mug to have in your collection. I think that all of this is kind of giving a very fall vibe. I like this one as well. This one was made with the dark black clay that I really love. And if you guys have been following me a long time, you know that I love to throw pottery with this clay. And so I put a cream glaze over top, and then just kind of etched in some designs around the sides of the mug. And again, cute little mug. I love the handle that I made. Love it. Great for pumpkin spice lattes. Then I have this one, which is a little bigger. It has some etching on the bottom. Again, it's that dark clay. I have a blue glaze in the inside, and cute little handle that fits nicely in your hand. So that will be added to the shop. I have this taller brown vase. It's looking a little dark on camera, but it's a nice size. It's probably about the size of my hand. Again, can be able to put little flowers in there, hydrangeas. Again, you know, you just add a little touch to, again, your windowsill, a bookshelf, wherever you want to put it. And then the last item that I'll have that I made myself is this vase. And I don't know if the color will come out, but it is a really beautiful piece. It was made out of porcelain, and I put this beautiful, beautiful turquoise glaze on top of it. So again, can be used on its own as a vase. But yeah, I love this shape. It was my first time making this kind of lip there, and I was really proud of myself. So I don't know why I'm actually putting this in the shop. I probably should keep it for myself, but I'm gonna let you guys have it. I can always make another one. And then I guess, so that's all of the pieces that I have made myself. So tonight you will have pieces that I got thrifting, pieces that I got at the Brimfield Flea Market, items that I have purchased, and then items that I've gotten just while out thrifting and antiquing. I always pick up these glass coasters. I love them, and especially because the holidays are coming up. I think these would be beautiful on your Thanksgiving table, because you don't want people putting their water glass on your beautiful wood table. So you just have like these little beautiful coasters that just make it, you know, just make your tablescape a little bit more special and fancy. And I have a ton of these that I keep for myself, but I thought I would take a couple of stacks of them and put them in the shop today. So if you are planning on hosting a Friendsgiving, a Thanksgiving, Christmas dinner, or just having a special little event for yourself at home, I would pick some of these up because they are amazing. And I think that's it. I think that's a lot. So the rest of today, I am going to be working to get everything into the shop for you guys. I hope that you have a great shopping experience. Again, I apologize that you cannot place things on hold once they are in your cart. To me, it just makes sense. Once it's in your cart, it should be held for you, at least for a short amount of time. But unfortunately, Squarespace just does not allow me to do that. So I apologize for that for you, but I still hope that you're able to pick up some amazing things, because they're really special, and I took a lot of time to find them and to curate them for you, and so I hope that you love them as much as I do. So again, if you have any questions, put them down in the comments below. I promise you that I will answer them before everything goes on sale this evening. And again, if you want the wrapping paper added, let me know. If you want those doorknobs added, let me know. And if anyone wants the little kitty print, let me know. I will send it to you for free. So with that, I am going to let you guys go. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys at 7 o'clock and next week. All right, have a good one. Bye. So if you are still watching, I figured that you deserve a little reward. So to thank you so much for being so loyal and for being so supportive of this channel each and every week, I am giving you 20% off of your purchase today. All you have to do at the end of your transaction is enter in the code WELLLIVED20 to get your discount. I do want to mention that this code is only available until Tuesday, September 22nd. 7th, so be sure to use it before then. Again, thank you so much for your love and support. It truly means everything, and I hope that you guys have a good time this evening shopping all of my finds from the flea market. So again, thank you. I love you. Mwah! And I will see you this evening.